I'm a sharer. I don't know how to be sneaky, I don't know how to be sneaky, but maybe I should learn to be sneaky. Hi everyone, welcome back to Linda Tina TV. If it's not your first time here, hello there, I see you. Thank you for joining me. Consider subscribing. I make videos about life. Basically, I am navigating life with you. I am an African Ugandan woman living in Italy, Milan, and I love it here. So you may find a few videos about my life in Italy, parenting, and everything in between. Just living life and lifing with you. So as you have probably seen from the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about things you should keep private. Now, I know that sounds very hypocritical coming from someone whose life is literally on social media. I have an Instagram page that is open. Yes, it's intentional. So whatever I share on that page is stuff that I intend to share, and it's stuff that if it ends up somewhere in some WhatsApp group or a screenshot, God knows where, it's something that I'm comfortable with. So that's why I leave my page open. That being said, I've had conversations with my friends, and even on the internet, I've seen these conversations about oversharing and people should keep their life private and you should hide, not hide, but you should keep everything away from the evil eye. And many of these arguments do make sense. And that's why I thought I should also jump into this conversation right here on my channel, because I think there are things that are important that we keep private. And that being said, there's a difference between being private and being secretive. Now, even if I do have my life on social media, I do have parts of me, parts of my life that I keep private. Even if I'm actually a sharer, I'm an open book. What you see is literally what you get. But there are parts of me, there are intimate parts of me that I keep private. Before I get into the first one, I want to put a disclaimer that privacy looks different for everyone. What may be private to me may not be private to you, and what may be private to you may not be private to me. So let's jump into this video. Let's start with the major one that most people say, do not post this on social media, relationships. Now, I share my relationship on social media. Everyone knows who I'm married to. They've seen his face, not just his hands and his legs. I actually always found those posts with the picture with someone and their partner, and then there's like an emoji slapped on their face. In my mind, I'm like, don't share the picture altogether, because it makes more sense. You don't want to share your partner, but again, to each his own. So for me, sharing your partner, showing their face or not showing their face, that's really up to the person sharing. But what I want to highlight is that there are intimate details of your relationship that shouldn't be on the internet, that shouldn't be shared. Not even just on the internet, but even in big crowds or with people who don't really care about your relationship that much, to be honest. Because when your relationship doesn't work, if it doesn't work, or even if it works, people are going to think that they know what happened or didn't happen even more than you who's in the relationship. Like there are some intimate details that people may take out of context and not understand the backstory of what really happens in your relationship that only you and your partner know about. So I feel like there are intimate relationships, there are intimate things about your relationship that people don't need to know on the internet, or people who are not that close to you, or people outside your relationship at all. And by people, I mean even family. You're gonna tell your family crazy shit about your partner, and you and your partner are going to work that stuff out. Your family is not going to forget. They'll remember him as the rubbish person or her, and you'll be long way over that situation. So yeah, I think intimate relationships, of intimate details of your relationship shouldn't be shared. And what are intimate details? That is very relative. It depends on the individual. Finances. Now, I've talked about this in a previous video that I don't understand the big secrecy around finances. People really creep around with their finances, I don't see the big deal. But in the same breath, people shouldn't know so much about your finances. Why? When people know so much about your finances, one, they may think that they have the right to ask you for things you're not ready to give them. One, because you don't even know. I may have a lot of money, but that money has places and things to do. When people know about your finances, it may make them biased about how they treat you. And that's a fact. Around the world, most people are going to treat you basing on how much is on your bank account. Very many people. In the dating world, very many people are going to date you based on how much is on your bank account. So I say, as much as you can openly talk about what you do, even how much you earn to a limit, like a bracket, don't give the very intimate details about what you're doing with your money, how you're spending your money, or just the exact figures of what you have or don't have. No one needs to know that apart from you, unless if they're adding to your bank account. If that person is going to help you raise that figure, all right, then we can talk. Family secrets. Now, I think every family, I could be wrong, but I think every family has some secrets that are just known to the family. And it's wise to leave it that way. Now, I know you might have a best friend, you might have a good colleague, or you might meet some guy on the train that you may never see again, and you're like, you know what, let me just tell them this to get it off my chest. But there are family secrets that really should remain within the family. One, because people are going to judge you, not knowing the story behind this secret, not knowing the people involved in this family secret, and it's not fair. It's not fair, and also because a family means that there are other people involved, and people you're sharing this secret with don't know the circumstances surrounding it, okay? So family secrets should simply remain that, in the family. Still on the topic of secrets, your friend's secrets should remain between you and that friend who told you that secret. Now, this sounds like a no-brainer, but what happens is people get too comfortable and feel like, okay, if she's telling me her friend's secret, I may as well tell her my friend's secret. Then there's also this situation where you have a very good friend, but that good friend also has a good friend. And so, you know, conversations get exchanged between friends who are not even really friends, and that's how secrets get leaked. So I feel like if someone has confided something in you, it doesn't matter how close you are to another person, just don't reveal the things the other person has told you to the other person. It sounds like a no-brainer, but trust me, it happens all the time. Oh, the other one that happens is revealing friend secrets after you've fallen out. Something very petty that girls do, especially females, do a lot. Just because you've fallen out with someone, it doesn't mean that what was a secret stops being a secret. Medical and health issues and details are very personal. I feel like if it's not necessary for you to reveal your medical history, your health, or something you're going through, it's not very advisable to be sharing that information. Also because sometimes people are going to treat you a certain way about it, or they're going to give you sympathy that you may not need in that moment. Or, I don't know, there's a way I feel about oversharing your medical details. There's a way I feel about it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I feel like there's some little tiny details about your medical and health status that you should leave to yourself. Now, by that, I don't mean that you should hide, important information or withdraw important information from people who are closest to you where it may matter, or to hide a health condition that, you know, you could share and have some help from, you know, the external people around you. But it's very, very important that you are careful about what information you give people about your medical status and all that. Now, this last one for me is really not an issue, But where I come from, we are always warned against sharing your future plans. Like, you don't tell people what the plan for the future is. I'm a sharer. I don't know how to be sneaky, I don't know how to be sneaky, but maybe I should learn to be sneaky. But yes, if you have something that you are growing, that is still in the very, very, very baby stages, maybe it's better not to share it, Just let it bloom with no interference from the external pressures and energies from people you don't trust, I know I try to take that advice myself, but I'm too much of a sharer. I just end up sharing, and I feel like sometimes when you share, it helps someone, you're encouraging someone, I don't know. But still, if something hasn't grown to, into something that is quite solid, sometimes it's better to just keep it to yourself. Also because, I don't believe so much in the evil eye, but I believe in energies, and sometimes people don't have the right energy. They could just spoil something good in its initial stages when you could have just let it be quiet for a bit. So that being said, if you are a sharer, if you're an open person and sharing these parts of you makes you comfortable, don't hold yourself back. Do not. I don't. I share parts of me that I'm comfortable sharing. And there are times you have spoken to someone and you're like, did I talk too much? Did I share too much? But if this is who you are, it's who you are. But just be mindful about these little things that I mentioned. Is there anything out there that you guys think you shouldn't be sharing? Let me know down in the comment section, but also live freely. We only have one life. See you in the next video. Bye bye.